Yes, sir, gentlemen. It is your boy Ben Twan and Frankie P here. It is Sunday, the 28th. Holy guacamole, do we have a good show lined up today? Some live drama that just happened here over the past couple hours. Frankie P, what is good? How are you, my man? What's going on right now, dude?
Yeah. Whirlwind of the morning. It wasn't an easy Sunday morning. This morning, like it should be. We'll kind of just dive in there. We were supposed to film at a certain time this morning earlier, 6 a.m., but we had to push back to 10. Let Frankie get some sleep from the fence staining yesterday. That took a lot out of him. But yeah, so you wake up this morning feeling refreshed, great. 8 hours REM sleep, go to my car that I did not pull into my driveway because I was so beat like a rented mule to go get my laptop to start prepping for the show, which happens to be my work laptop, which I keep in a briefcase. And I go out to my car and the car is unlocked. Open that bad boy up. Not a thought in the world. Lo and behold, my glove compartment's open. And my little center console is opened as well. I'm like, shit. And then I'm like, where the fuck's my briefcase? So I'm looking around. I'm like, oh shit, it's not in here. I was like, oh, maybe Carly brought it in because we went to go get stain yesterday. I moved it. I knew it was in the car because we had to go to the store to get more stain. And at that time, I was worried about the stain potentially falling where the briefcase was. Like a dumbass, instead of just taking it in the house, I left it in the car because I was just covered with stain all over myself. I didn't want to go inside. Ran inside, can't find the laptop. Running around the house, my wife's in the shower. I'm literally starting to run faster and faster as I can't find it. Go back to the car, tear the thing up, and then I'm like, shit, I think someone fucking broke into my car because I noticed, went into my car because I noticed stuff that was like in the center console that I hadn't used or seen since like I got the car, and particularly a Sirius satellite like guide. And I haven't looked at that ever, and I don't know where it came from. So I was like, why the fuck is this out on the floor here? And then I went back, and then there was like some Lacoste shirts. And I was like, shit, my fucking golf clubs better be in the trunk. And I opened that up. They were. And so I'm just like on the edge, don't know if my laptop's gone. I'm like, shit. So I run back inside. I'm like, Carly, she's in the shower. I'm like, do you know where my laptop is? And she's like, no. I'm like, I think someone stole it. And she's like, what? No. And so we're looking around, blah, blah, blah. Then I go out to the car. I'm like, oh, she was the last one to drive it because she went to go get stain while my dad and I were covered in stain. So she went to Home Depot and never locked the car back because she had breakfast and the stain and all this stuff. Not blaming her by any means, but she was like, I did see it in there and it's not inside. So for some reason, we're like, maybe it's at work, like, because I didn't, I never actually had it physically. So there was some skepticism of whether or not it was at work potentially, because I couldn't guarantee 100%. I brought it home because I never brought it inside, but I knew I had it stained, but she didn't think it was in the car when she went to Home Depot. So fast forward, is around 9 a.m. this morning as well. This is happening like 8:30 to 9. And I'm driving to the office. I hit up Ben Twan, have to break the news that I'm going to have to fucking postpone the recording of the podcast again. And this time because someone broke into the car. And broke in, I just say, I don't know if you can say they broke in to unlock car, but
It's a technical break-in.
Yeah, technically trespassing into my car. And so Ben Twan says, I don't have an iPhone, first of all, so I'm not really versed in this find your iPhone land. But as soon as he said that, I knew that I'd set that up on my iPad and my MacBook Air. And this is a work laptop. I don't know if I said that, by the way. So like the whole time I'm freaking out because I'm going to have to pay $2,000. Like this isn't my personal laptop, so it's kind of a freebie in a sense, if you will. Respect the shit out of it, but I'm going to have to replace that freebie and it's not going to be mine. So ideally when you buy a laptop, you want it to be yours. So I call Benton. He says, hey, have you tried Find My iPhone? And I'm like, no. Will that work for a MacBook Pro? Yeah, it will. So I'm like, okay. So I call my wife up and ask her to do that. I'm still driving into the office and she says, okay, I'll do it. I'll call you back. I gave her my password just in case she needed it. And then 2 minutes later, I get a call back. I'm like, I think that's pretty good. And she calls me back. She's like, hey, Reed, your laptop's showing 2 houses down from where we are. And I'm like, shit, that's weird. And so immediately my head jumps to, is that accurate? Like, is it, in my head, it was like, oh, it just thinks it's at our house. It's somewhere at my house. Well, she calls her sister. I don't know this. I'm still driving into the office for some reason at this point, like an idiot, still continuing to make weird decisions. So I'm like, oh, I might as well go to the office. That thing's not accurate. She calls her sister. And at this point, without even hearing back, I just turned my car around because I was like telling her, I was like trying to call a neighbor to go get the neighbor to go with Carly to go down to see if they could knock on the door if that was it. And then I was like, why don't I just turn around? And it was like 10 minutes away and I'll just go back. So she calls her sister and it's like really accurate. So Carly walks down there on her iPhone and it just starts getting like more close. And then it just says it's on the street corner in their trash can. So it's like not on the curb side, but like enough in their driveway to where she didn't feel comfortable walking onto their property and opening the trash can by herself, which I don't really blame her. So boom, I get back. She tells me, shows me on my iPad, here's where it is. I already walked down there. I know it says it's in that trash can. It's like a bomb or something. Uh, and so I'm like, what do we do? And so she like looks up what you're supposed to do and you're supposed to call the police. And so she calls her sister and they're like, yeah, you shouldn't go on the property. And I even called my dad just to ask him. He's like, yeah, just call the police and see what they say. Well, at this point, I'm just getting pissed because they're standing in my house. Fucking iPad thing says it's accurate, says it's fucking down the street. I already walked down there, saw the trash can. I was like, and came back just to tell my wife what I was about to do. Which like doesn't sound that brazen, but she was very much against doing this. So I come back to the house. I'm like, I'm gonna just go down there and open it. And she's like, no, you have to do this. It's trespassing. I'm like, I don't really care. It's my laptop. It's either in there or it's not in there. It's going to take 1 second to pop open a trash can and open it. And so I'm walking down and I see that my neighbor, whose daughter's birthday party is today, lives literally right next door to him, is out with like his whole family. And so I'm just like, hey, Craig, what's going on, man? Can I talk to you for a second? Got a random, quick little stupid story. And he's like sweating bullets, like setting up water slides and stuff. And he saw me staining my fence. And he was like, oh, this fence looks great. I'm like, hey, man, listen, here's the deal. I got this phone right here. Someone went and broke into my car and it says it's your neighbor in their trash can. I'm about to go over there and open the trash can. Do you care if, I don't know why I was asking if you cared, but do you mind just standing here in case it comes out that you saw on the iPhone that my laptop says it's in there? I'm just going to go do this. So if he comes out, I'm going to say exactly what I'm telling you. And you saw it first. And he's my boy. So I was just like, if shit pops off, at least they got a crew there to protect me. And then so I just walk onto the guy's property like 10 feet. It literally is 10 feet. Like I could potentially jump with a running speed, jump, open the trash can, just open up the trash can, pop the lid, nothing in the trash can except for my fucking laptop or my briefcase with all the zippers open and like USBs all on the floor and shit. And so I grab all that stuff. I just take it. I just get off his property, get back to Craig's property, drop my bag, unzip it, and I see the MacBook Pro sitting in there. I'm like, fuck. And then so Carly's like on the phone with my dad for some reason. He was calling my phone. That was back up there. I had her phone. And she didn't know if it was broken. And I assumed that the laptop was in there and they just broke it to be dicks and threw it in. Because like, and I don't know. So then I just got back to my house. My heart was racing the whole time. And the MacBook Pro was completely fine. So,
wow.
Lucky. And now I'm drinking a glass of champagne to celebrate because I don't know what the fuck, why I'm so lucky to have the thing down the street in a trash can. Seems random as fuck.
Yeah, I got your back, dude. Without the Find My iPhone, dude, we would not have been here.
We would be calling the police and they wouldn't have done jack shit.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, like your MacBook just would have been found in the trash by some lucky treasure find.
Yeah, seriously. It was crazy, dude.
A lot to unpackage there. So a lot of questions now for this situation. And today we're calling this segment the YSG Most Wanted. So now this is turned into a vigilante most wanted scenario. We need YSG Nation's help. But first, I have so many questions for you, Frankie P. Number one, so we found this missing laptop briefcase this morning. Calls me up, frantic. I mean, I was like worried. I was like, dude, what happened, man? What happened? Like, and I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I mean, so my questions for you is now, we have suspects. We have suspects. It's neighbor that the trash can was found in. I don't think it's likely, but you got to investigate it. And then
Yeah,
number
for sure.
two is if it's not a person that lives there, who would have been then?
Yeah.
Like,
And
And number three,
yeah, and
my question
quickly,
for you
oh, go
is
ahead.
why are you keeping your golf clubs and your laptop in your car, man?
Yeah, that's a great question. So quickly, a lot of people. So Craig had like there was like four people that heard this story, and like so there was like a big board of neighbors, if you will. I really played into my hand, but some people were still like, no, don't go do it for some reason, and because I guess it's technically breaking the law. So, but other people were like, I'll do it for you. So then at that point, I was like, can't let some random guy break the law to get my laptop for me. Like, so would you have done that? I feel like that was the right move, not calling the police. I
Yes,
mean,
dude.
sorry.
First of
I don't
all,
know.
you're gonna be quickest to act on this before the police. You're gonna get caught up with a bunch of bureaucratic
Yeah.
BS paperwork first, and then they'll start to do action. So I think yes. Number two is on this situation about the trash can is like they've brought down like people like doing bad things like fucking what's his name? The guy in Florida, the multi-billionaire that was like
Oh,
Epstein.
Epstein.
That's how they brought him down. They've literally collected his trash and were taking things
Oh,
out of his
dang.
trash.
Didn't know.
So like I would definitely do that. If it was saying the
Yeah.
iPhone thing was like right there, like no hesitations, I would have just like gone on the trash can. Be like,
Yeah.
listen, this
And
is this is trash. Like I'm going
yeah.
through your trash. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I was like, I was happy because when she first called me, I thought it was going to be like in their house. So that, what would you, if that was the scenario? I was of the mindset that, and I granted, I was thinking this, but I probably wouldn't have done it if it was saying it was in their house. Like that would have sucked. Like I would knock on their door and be like, "Hey, look, my iPhone says it's here. Do you want to give it to me? Like, do you have it?" And then like maybe they're like, "Oh yeah, here it is right here. Sorry, we found it on the street." Like that's what I would say if someone came to my door and I was stealing something from them and they were like, "Hey, I know it's in here." I'd be like, "Yeah, I have it. I saw it. Someone else took it and I saw it on the street corner." But or do you just call the police? Like that would have sucked. So I didn't know what to do if that was the case.
Yeah, so I think if it's saying that it's in the house, you gotta confront the neighbor first and be like, "Hey, here, like, look, this thing is saying that it's in your house." And if they're like deny, like, no, no, like, then you get the police involved. But yeah, it's that situation is you're confronting the neighbor first, and
Yeah.
if they do that, that's like the right situation for them to be like, if they did take it, like that's time to give back, or maybe they did the right thing. Maybe the person who broke into the car just like threw the briefcase somewhere in their yard and they just like picked it up, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And it's like, but I still. So do you think that? I mean, like, do you think they found the laptop? There seems to be much debate between the people that saw it, and then I thought the laptop was gonna be cracked. Like when I opened it up, and maybe that's why they didn't take it because I was like, why the fuck? Like I was worried about my notebooks because, like an idiot, I write down like everything in my pen and paper. Um, I just like doing it; it feels good,
Did
and
you get
like
the
that had a
notebooks back?
lot of important work notes. Yeah, everything was in there, everything,
Okay.
and like I mean, I had a checkbook for a bad account, like that was from Wells Fargo from like 5 years ago. Just like a couple checks on checkbook. They didn't take that. What was missing was condoms from my briefcase, which
wait, wait, wait,
yeah.
wait. Oh my god. All right, so this burglar left a checkbook, a laptop, and all your notes in the briefcase. Dude, this is getting very
Some vitamin C's,
suspicious. And on top of it, let's roll this back and further. You have condoms in your briefcase. What, bro? What, like,
yeah, is that
work and
suspicious? Like,
pleasure, dude?
no, 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 no. So this is kind of a crossover bag. That's like if you've ever traveled with me, this is my go bag. Like I have everything in this bag. That's why it weighs so much. Like they probably didn't find the laptop because I like put it in the middle seal with a Velcro and a zipper. So like you got to know it's in there. So I guess they just went through and read my notes, or the person just wanted to become me and look at all the stuff I have in my briefcase and like study me because like I had like wrenches in there. There's some wrenches. There was like other funny stuff, vitamin C, like emergency packets. They didn't take those though. Um, Instruction manuals for like building automation equipment. Those were still in there.
So
Um,
this person obviously
they
it,
rifled through all my
it
shit except
is
didn't pop the trunk for some reason. The
it
clubs were
is
the most valuable thing other than what they took. I'm lucky to get it back. Seriously, like I was. Oh, crazy.
Yeah, interesting. It seems like this person is an amateur, so it makes me think you
It was
might
kids.
have some neighborhood local bandits who are brazen enough as we're constructing this suspect profile.
Yeah.
If they went through your stuff, it seemed like they did it amateur-ishly. I don't know. Part of me wants you might want to go get like a fingerprint kit or something, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and go
What
like
would I do
wipe
with
your
the
car handle.
fingerprints?
I don't know. You could
Yeah.
scan
I
them through
mean,
some sort of
my
database.
I've kind of done some research. So real quick, last thing kind of on it, and you can hit me some other questions. The condoms, though, like I've been in there forever. First of all, like when I was before I was a young, strapping young man, I've had this bag. It's coming, so it's the contents have built over time. Um, and secondly, I popped in to the quick Google search after I found after like the iPhone thing, and I was like, "What do the police do for unlocked cars, laptop?" You search that. There's a lot of stuff out there, and they said they don't do shit, and they just come and tell you to call the insurance company. So like once I saw that, I was like, "This is dumb. Like I'm either gonna get my laptop back right here, right now, or I'm never getting my laptop again." So, and people still were like, "Call the police. Oh, that's trespassing." Like
Man,
it's
fuck
like we're in a
12,
neighborhood.
man.
Like I'm not like breaking into someone's house. I'm opening a trash can to see if it's in there. It's either in there or it's not. And then the second thing was just lock your car. Lock your fucking car. Can't be doing that like a dumbass. So
Yeah, well, important takeaways. We need YSG Nation's help now. If you know of this
yeah.
suspect or you know of activities happening in your neighborhood, we need your help. And this is the
Yeah.
YSG Most Wanted. I'm thinking it may be a neighborhood
I'm
kid
thinking
who's
juvenile.
brazen enough to do this and then amateur
Ooh.
enough to do that and not take anything, dude. What does that tell you? If they didn't take a blank checkbook and like the laptop, I can understand maybe it was like hidden just good enough.
Well,
But
the checkbook was hidden pretty good too. It was like buried underneath stuff. Like it was the checks would have bounced. They would have got arrested. So
so they were
I mean,
they were very fast. It seemed like they were in a real big rush, and it was dark, and they were rifling through stuff and didn't see anything of value. But that makes me think it's like a younger like
yeah,
person because some of that stuff is valuable. And if you're an adult, you look at that, you're like, holy shit, like that's a fucking checkbook. Like, but if you're
yeah,
a kid, you're just like rifling through shit and it's not anything cool like an iPhone or a fucking, iPod, then like you're
yeah. A
just like, fuck it.
tablet.
Yeah.
I definitely think they were younger. So I'm gonna be getting a Ring doorbell. I'm gonna be on the hunt. I may even set up a fake briefcase again with money all over it, fake $100
Oh,
bills.
that's a good
Come get
idea,
you
dude.
some, yeah. I mean
Dude,
that seriously because they're idiots. Like I mean, not idiots, but like I shouldn't be talking. First of all, I'm really the first idiot. I set the idiots in motion by not having the car locked. Because like right when I went out, I was just like, I never leave the glove compartment open or like the stuff. But like I had like I had a lot of stuff in my car as well during quarantine. I had like a leaf blower in there, didn't take that. Could have taken a leaf blower.
dude, this is the perfect like bait situation here. You could leave like notes when they open up the glove box, like gotcha. Like leave like a note in there on like a note card, and when they open it, and like leave
And it
like a
traps them inside.
dummy briefcase with like notes in it or something like that. Like,
Yeah. That'd be pretty brazen. I'm not trying to like get shot or anything though. So
no, I mean, but once you get your security cameras or whatever, your rings, you're gonna get these
oh
people
yeah.
on camera. Like, I don't know, dude. I
Yeah.
think it's
But
an
it was
interesting situation.
yeah, it's not how you want to wake up on your Sunday morning. And yeah, it's just I'm just lucky, man. I really am lucky. That's what I was telling my wife at the end of the day. I mean, I guess I got a lot of goodwill with standing the fence because I did not think I was ever going to find that shit again, and that would have set me back big time in work. So, work, if you're listening, I found it. This is all made up. Just kidding. Never happened. Had it the whole time. But no, it could have been a lot worse.
Just I've heard terrible things to like several people who've left their golf clubs in their car. I refuse to do that. And lesson learned,
Yeah,
dude. I
I didn't
definitely
actually
would get
check
your
those. So, I
clubs
mean, I
out.
should go look at them, make sure they're not like broken.
Yeah, definitely get
I
your
gotta be
clubs out of
looking.
your car, dude.
And quickly, last thing, I had like a weird dream last night. This is gonna be really weird, but I had a weird dream and woke up and got up at 5:45 this morning thinking something was wrong. But what I thought was wrong was that I left a frescas into the freezer and that they exploded. Didn't do it. Something told me something was
Hey,
wrong this
the
morning.
universe speaks in
Yeah.
mysterious ways,
Then I
man.
went back to bed.
Wow. Dude,
Yeah.
interesting story, man. Well, hopefully YSG Nation can pull together their data and their triangulations
Yeah.
of everything and help us out in this situation. We need your help, YSG Nation. So that's going to roll us right into our quarantine helpline. So our YSG most wanted is segueing over to our quarantine helpline. We need your help as the listener, but we're also going to get into what some of our listeners wrote in. They wrote into us. They're very kind. Frankie P, do you want to take this
Yep.
one today?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Take this one. Got a nice and a short and sweet one. Hey, y'all. It's Dave Chimsky, Atlanta native and longtime listener. Excuse me. Love the YouTube broadcast and feel like y'all should have been doing this years ago. I'm just a 53-year-old guy, so what do I know? Anyway, I'm writing in the quarantine helpline because I have a problem, boys. Great state of Georgia has not made mask wearing mandatory. I find this problematic. I saw a report that four northeastern states, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and the great state of New Jersey were the best suited to recover from the pandemic. What are your thoughts about mask wearing, and does everybody need to do this? It's a great question, Dave. It's a tough one. I mean, I've been part of the problem. I have not been wearing a mask sometimes out of forgetfulness. I forget to wear a mask. Can't remember to lock my fucking car. Is that how you expect me to wear a mask? Um, and then so yeah, I mean, but I do have a mask. I was on the mask train early. I love riding the mask train, but not wearing one. So
What?
if that makes any sense, I think we should wear them, but I do see that it's like awkward, weird, and you forget. So sometimes they don't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Well, that's funny enough that Dave mentioned these four northeastern states, but
Yeah,
one of them seems to be Massachusetts. I
yeah,
wonder why. I wonder why when they made mask wearing a law and a finable offense for $300. I wonder why we're best suited to recover here, Dave. I don't know. It just
yeah,
seems like I've heard it reduces the spread by 70%. Like, that's interesting. I wonder why we shouldn't do that. Like, this should
yeah,
be mandatory. It should be made. If you're stepping outside and going facilitating within 6 feet of people, you're wearing a mask. It's plain and simple. These four states did a great job at this, and look at them. They're recovering the best. I'm more concerned about when they reopen and all the other states start
yeah.
flooding in.
So my prediction is after July 4th this weekend they'll be pulling back the chains on well not on the mask wearing, but on you'll start to see some rollbacks. Phase 3 go back to phase 2. Unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, mask wearing should probably be mandatory, but not probably should be. Um, I don't think
Wait,
it's that.
probably should be, or it should.
Yeah, it definitely should be. I don't know why I threw the probably in. Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I kind of think, if you don't want to wear a mask, I mean, I don't know.
It's
I don't know why you don't want
problematic.
to wear a mask. You should
They
probably
make
ask yourself
masks.
why you don't want to wear a mask
They
and
make
then
masks for
reevaluate.
people that have breathing issues. If
Yeah.
you cannot wear a mask, you should not go out in public. It is plain and simple. I don't care what you're doing. You're wearing a mask. Accept it. It is the way it is, folks. But let's get into our sports this week. I've been keeping track of some events that have been going on. I don't know if you saw, there's a little bit of European football that's been going on. The
Yeah.
little FA Cup, I believe it was the past couple of days. But Frankie P's got our sports for us. He's going to catch us up this week.
Yeah. So, I know last night, but UFC, quickly I want to touch on that, was a pretty good slobber knocker between Cormier and Hooker, Dan Hooker. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but it was a little slugfest, went 5 rounds. I just, every time I watch those guys fight, man, it's like, I don't know how they just take punch after punch after punch. Like these guys, I don't think can be knocked out. Like one guy had him in an arm bar for like 40 seconds. I probably would like broken your arm, and he just like got back up and acting like he was fine. So I just thought that was cool. That was free last night. If you didn't catch that, missed a good fight. Then we also got golf, continuing on the golf trend. Travelers is going. Brennan Todd Brendan Todd winning by 2 shots. Phil was dominating. Have you seen the aviators he's wearing?
Love
Um,
them. Love them.
are you pro glasses guy or on the golf
Yes.
course, or do you,
Yes.
I don't usually wear them though.
Got to protect the eyes, man.
Got it. It's why eye protection.
It's the fucking sun, bro. Like, yeah, I'm wearing shades if it's fucking bright as shit out.
Yeah, and quickly back on the UFC, I just got SportsCenter on the background here. On July 11th, they're doing the Fight Island. I don't know if you've seen the pictures for where the ring or the octagon rather is going to be. But dude, it's like
No.
right on the ocean water, like where the beach crashes in. Like they're going to be fighting like in the ocean. Looks pretty cool. They like tweeted out a picture of it yesterday, so they just shared it on
Complete
Sports
PR stunt.
Illustrated.
Just
Yeah, but
complete
still,
stunt.
dude, that's pretty cool. No fans, but you're like in the ocean. It's just
Yeah.
tight.
I'll,
Um,
I'll, I'll watch it.
But yeah, and then we got, dude, we're right on the cusp. July 1st, NBA. MLB is coming back, and then starting around July 23rd, 24th, hopefully. I think the schedule came out. I don't know if you saw that, but it's like NL East versus AL East. So you play your counterpart in the different leagues. So you'll play like 40 games against your division and 20 games against your American League counterpart. So we get to face like Yankees, Red Sox, Toronto, Baltimore, and I can't think of the fifth one, but we'll be playing them.
Who are you
So
talking
that'll
we?
be
Are you talking
fun.
about Land Braves or are
Braves,
you talking
Braves,
about the
Land
Red
Braves, Land Braves.
Sox?
So we'll be playing you, yeah. Red Sox,
I'm
Braves
just
will be a
kidding.
thing this year.
I'm
No, that'll be
still
cool.
Braves guy. Braves Mets NL East
Yeah,
guy.
Mets. Saw they're struggling, and then quickly, I don't know. We always talk about Barstool Sports, but did you see Dave Portnoy got kicked off the E Trade, I guess platform? Is that what we
Oh
call it?
yes. I did hear that.
So that was kind of cool, or not cool. It was just interesting. Like that guy just is like a lightning rod. I don't know if you saw the original clip, which I didn't even think was that bad. He was like calling the guy a cunt and then saying, which is bad, I think. But was saying like "fuck you, trade everyone, get off there." Lost like $220,000 from them freezing him out. So then he was just like, "Yeah, we don't want you on the platform." It's kind of like a country club kicking out a member, although it's your best member. So it's just kind of weird. I don't know what he's gonna do now. But just
Yeah,
funny little
it's going to
sports
be
thing.
interesting because I can see why if E Trade's like the buttoned up trading company. It's like the Charles Schwab. Like they don't want this guy who's an absolute like lightning rod, like you said, be the reason why a shit ton of people will lose money once there's this upcoming crash because the more people that are getting involved with this and following his trades, like the market is about to crash. And yes, it's been going up because it's been artificially funded. So that's why the market's like going up right now. And
Yeah, the
I
economy's like
believe
going down now.
they wanna hedge their liability in any way, shape, or form because all these people are about to lose a shit ton of money if they're following him.
Yeah, it's just I didn't think they would do that, and that just goes to show you they'll be all right without him. So, thought that was cool. And then, dude, you brought this up the other day. It was for sure everyone saw it. It was making the rounds on the social media world, but sports ranked by difficulty, and it kind of made the waves in the golf realm because golf did not get reviewed too hard so quickly. The most difficult sport was rated as boxing. The least difficult was fishing, and golf 1 through 60. That was, and then golf came in at 51. Cheerleading came in at 52. So, did you see this? What were your thoughts on this? And quickly, let's kind of see. Let's kind of
Yeah.
just destroy this
Yeah,
ranking.
I immediately like knee jerk reaction. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no way. Golf is way more difficult. And then you and I had a conversation about it. And I think what it's ranking it by is like a human being able to play this sport. And golf, yes, you can play, you can swing a golf club and hit a ball. If that
Yeah,
by definition means if it is it difficult, I think it's one of the hardest sports because of the mental aspect that has to go into golf on top of millimeters of precision when you're hitting a golf ball can make a huge difference. So I would rank this way more higher in the list of this,
yeah,
looking at 1 through 10: boxing, ice hockey, football, basketball, wrestling, martial arts, tennis, gymnastics, baseball, soccer. That's 1 through 10. Like I think
yeah.
golf is harder than at least 4 or 5 of those.
I've got some issues with just quickly 39 rowing. The fuck, dude, rowing? Like, I mean, how is rowing
Here's what
like?
badminton at 30. Like, give me a fucking
Yeah,
break.
Yeah, like skiing, freestyle, team handball 26. Like, I mean, find me some handball players. I've never met anyone that's like, oh, I play handball.
It's a very
That's just
European
fun.
sport. Very
Is
European. I
it?
love handball.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched
See, I don't even necessarily know how to play handball. I know there's like you like jump from like the 3 point line and throw it. I
dude,
think that
you would
seems cool.
love handball.
Is that an
It's
Olympic sport?
yes,
Yeah.
it is an Olympic sport. You would love it. It's a combination of like soccer, basketball, and like lacrosse
Soccer?
all in one. Well, the way that you move around the court, it's very
Oh,
much
okay.
basketball, but you can only take a certain amount of dribbles before you have to like stop and pivot.
Is there a goalie?
There is a goalie, so it's like
Okay.
indoor soccer. You have the
That's
two
where the
goalies that are
soccer reference
guarding
came
these
from
like
then.
little soccer goals, and I love watching it, dude. Very high pace, very high scoring too. Like guys are fucking chucking the ball, jumping like 4 feet in the air, and you have to like stay when you're shooting. You have to stay outside the certain like circle. So
Yeah.
I think it's a cool sport. Love
And like
handball.
water skiing is 46, and lastly, table tennis 47. I would argue water skiing is much more difficult than table tennis. Like, how are those right neck and neck? I mean, I don't know, weightlifting 44, like that seems hard and difficult. Like, if you can't pick up 700 pounds, like that seems hard. I don't know how that's not higher up there. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It seems like injury maybe taken into account, but then again, auto racing's 32. So I mean, I guess you can only really die in auto racing. So yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Fishing, and there's hooks out there,
Wow.
folks. I suck at
Fucking
fishing,
crazy.
so
Love fishing, man. Haven't been in a while, but let's roll this over to we got our Canadian slang of the week. Yeah. We got another round
oh
lined up here for you, Frankie
gosh,
P.
this sucks.
You're not a big fan of the
Yeah.
Canadian slang?
Now give it to me though, because
All right.
I can't put my mind in a mind of a Canadian.
Oh man, well that's why I'm trying to educate you here, man. All
Just a
right, so
red-blooded American.
I'm
Can't
just
even lock his
a
car.
I'm
Fucking
just a
dumb red
red-blooded
blood.
Canadian at heart, man. All right, so let's get into our Canadian slang of the week. So the first word I have for you here today is toque. Toque. Grab your toque. You never know when an ice storm might hit. This is Canada.
Is that like a tool of some kind?
Ooh.
It seems like I don't know what you'd use it for. It didn't really tell me what you use this thing you need to get for the ice storm,
You
but it
gotta
seems
grab your
important. It's either
toque.
like a jacket or a tool. So give me the
You're
toque.
you're
Throw the
close.
toque.
You're very
You throw the
close.
toque in the bag.
You throw the toque in the bag sometimes. It's actually a cap or a beanie.
A
It is
cap,
a
like a
cap,
baseball hat.
a baseball cap, a lid, a
A
toque,
cap.
a cap. Have you never heard of a cap, dude? Like
Yeah, I've heard of caps.
like you're
I don't.
wearing one.
Yeah,
It's
but people don't say, "Hey, make sure you bring your cap." I don't.
your ball cap, like
Yeah, I
no
mean, but
cap.
still, I'm racking my brain to see to see when someone has ever actually said cap to me. Like, hey, Frankie, sweet cap. Like, no one's ever said that. So yeah,
I've
continue.
heard it.
Sorry.
I've heard it.
Yeah, I've definitely
But
heard it. I've written it more than I've said it, I guess.
yeah, well, it's if you want the whole background here, it's derived from the Arabic language.
Mm.
It's found its way to the medieval French lingo in the 15th century. Canada's French influence is prevalent in this word, which refers to cap with a small brim or without a brim entirely, so like a
Ooh.
beanie. It's usually worn when it's cold or in the spring.
Huh.
So, yeah,
Huh.
a toque.
It's toque.
A toque. A toque. Yeah, toque. So, all
Uh,
right, let's get into our next word. This next one that I have for you here for the Canadian slang of the week is click. Klick.
Ain't nobody fucking with my clique. My clique. My clique. So it's like your group of friends.
No. So
No.
I'll give it to you in a sentence. It says, there's a moose on the loose
Oh.
about 3 clicks away.
Oh, so it's like a kilometer probably.
Ah, there you go. There you
Uh,
go. It's a click. There you go.
uh,
So this term is used to refer to kilometers. It's a unit of length in the metric system. For those of you who didn't know
mm,
out there, all you Americans that are on the old American system there, it is considered a kilometer. So for those you don't know, couple clicks away here. That's what that means.
Does the military use metrics? Like, I feel like they use clicks, but do we use click as like a mile? We're just saying miles. We're changed it to miles.
No, it's
Click.
the
They use
military
meters.
definitely uses clicks like in
Okay,
their
that's what's
vocab.
up. Yeah, I left my tote about 6 clicks down the road at my girl's house.
Frankie P, stamp of approval. All right, dude. Let's go into our kind bars and our pissers of this week. There's the moments we're thankful for, the moments that piss you off. We gotta love these moments. Frankie P, what kind of kindness happened in your week this week?
Yeah, so like I said, things are starting to break my way last week. Clearly, they are. Um, so I got the champagne here. Found my laptop. That seems to be a pretty good candidate for kind bar. But you know what? I'm not going to go there. So that's too obvious. Um, it is family and friends. It's me being able to give you a call on a Sunday morning, don't know what you're doing, just walking you through some decision making, and you're bouncing stuff off you because I respect you and like you, and you give good advice. So I was like, just gonna see what he says about it. That turned out good. My father was like, he learned that we're standing the fence at 6 a.m. and was like, refused to not come for some reason. And like, I can't. So I'd be like, he knows where I live and showed up with fucking paint and brushes and all this shit. So I guess he's on board, And then other people just helping, like my wife and neighbors. Like I got the neighbors today to assist me with the search for the missing laptop. Going over to the neighbor's birthday party, played poker with them. Just nice to have family and friends that that's what they're there for. So,
Right on, dude. Lots of
Yep.
love around this universe, man. I always got your back, Frankie P.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, my kind bar this week is I've been playing a little bit of football out there with the
Ooh.
lads, man. And the past couple weeks, Sunday nights is the nights where me and the boys up here we get out on the old football field and we play a little football, some American football, man. And I am thankful because I caught a couple touchdowns I did not think I would still have in me, and I still got it, dude. I could
Yeah.
I can do a little
This
shake and
guy.
bam, running around out there with these 20 somethings, and I can hold my own out there.
Ooh, with the 20-year-old lads. Yeah, I didn't know they were that young. I assumed they were older for
No,
some
they're like
reason.
mid. It's like mid combination of like mid 20s, late 20s, and then like there's this one 40-year-old guy.
Like Julian Edelman and Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
yeah, exactly.
Those are the old guys out there. No, that's tight though, dude. I know for sure that my knees and ankles and head, shoulder, knees and toes are going to go any second of any day. So I don't know that I have it anymore. Although I don't know if I told this story. I did dunk a pine cone at the pool the other day. So any of y'all want to have a pine cone dunking competition, come get some. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm getting called out at the pool. So I mean, I'm starting to think that the kid I dunked the pine cone on could have taken my laptop from my car.
Suspect number two.
Suspect number two. But yeah, so yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm
What
glad to
pissed you
see. I
off,
don't
dude?
know if there was rumored footage of that uh, of you
Oh
catching. I
yeah.
don't know if I'll ever get to see that or not.
No, I'm gonna make a highlight reel. So stay tuned. You're gonna get
Okay.
my. I still
Oh,
got 4 years left of eligibility, so like I
do
might have to
you?
make myself a recruiting video. Yeah,
Okay.
I can
Damn.
play. I can go back if you use your NCAA eligibility in one sport. You can still go back
Uh,
for
nice.
another sport, like if
Yeah,
you're
because
doing your
that's like what the
masters or
pitchers
whatever.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you could just do that. Dude, what was that guy's name?
yeah.
He went to Oklahoma State. I forget his name. He was like
Oh
29 when
yeah,
he came. He was a pitcher. But he was, yeah, that's you. But you're a
dude.
receiver,
Yeah,
though.
I'm
That's
just
rare.
slot tight end, just fucking. I'm not a blocking tight end though. Will
Yeah.
not
And
block.
quickly, there was one of our listeners that heard about the wedding. That's another kind bar thing that happened to me was that um, I can't believe I told that story so accurately. Like, dude, my mind is a steel fucking trap. You come up in this inception land, you don't want it. You don't want to live up between these eyeballs right here. Scary. Because I forgot about the shirt. For like, I kind of was like, hopefully that happened. If I remember that happening correctly, that's how I remember it. I also remember his Masters Saturday as well. Left
That's
out part
right.
of the story. So I kept having to like walk downstairs to go look. So my bets had to see my bets. I got Brendan Todd today, by the way. So hopefully he
Yeah.
holds on. But yeah, so shout out him. Was a great wedding. just impressed that he sent us some pictures. So there is footage of that and
Do I dare
and
post
pictures.
those though?
No, I mean I just think the look. I mean, if
One
you
of
could just
them.
chop just your face, like
I'll post
the
one of them.
joy, the sense of joy that is
There is one
in
of
your
them that I
being.
started laughing
It's
at. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, like
these are pretty.
I laugh too. Like they and the website people like you probably need to like. I don't think we signed any waivers that they can be using your likeness and image
Yeah,
to make more money.
get
So
Young
yeah,
Associates involved in
and
them.
then of course some piss me off. So I
Let's
mean,
hear it.
obviously waking up and not knowing where my laptop was, lock your cars. But dude, starting at 6 a.m. So I kind of thought this was my wife's idea. I don't know who came up with it. I got blamed for it. Um, but thank God we started the fence when we did at 6 a.m. yesterday. Now, granted, a little bit torturing yourself when you stay up late and make ballin' ass steaks and scallops and drink tons of wine and bourbon and wake up really early and have to like standing the fence is no joke. Hurts your knees big time. But we did it at
So
6 a.m. because we had storms coming in the afternoon. And this is why you can't trust the weathermen. Then no one was predicting severe thunderstorms. All of a sudden at 4, we completely finished the fence at 11:45. And it needs 4 hours to dry. And at 4:06, it fucking rained. So granted, we got most of the fence done. Like we started at 6. So majority of the fence had like 9 hours to dry. But some parts of the fence only had around 4 on the nose. And it started fucking pouring. So fucking pissed me off. It's just like both times I went to do the fence, the weatherman said it was going to be a great day, not going to rain, and then it fucking rains. So fucking pissed me
wow,
off.
fucking so weatherman is who you're taking your pisser out on this
Yeah.
week.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, do your fucking job on the weekends. They just say it's going to be good days. It's not
That's
good
why,
days.
yeah, I started just doing my own weather reports. I'll just fire up the weather app and make my own predictions. You got to look at the radar. Sometimes there are little pop up showers down there in Georgia, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that rain really got under your skin this week, man.
It didn't hurt the fence too much though.
Oh,
I'll
ooh,
have to show you. I'm gonna try to do a walk of the whole fence. It'll probably take me like an hour though. So such a baby
okay.
fence.
I did see. I was watching along social media this weekend. It looked like a fantastic project. It looks great. I
Well,
cannot
thank you.
wait to come over and see it and do things to it.
That's what
I
pissed you
think.
off.
Wait, I'm gonna talk about a little PSA pisser here this week. We had
Oh
PSA
gosh, hope
pisser.
always.
Grocery stores, people that take forever piss me off. I'm observing my 6 foot distance between people while I'm shopping, and that means that like certain grocery stores up here are set up where it's like you have to go a certain way. They have arrows and everything. And then you have the shoppers that are picking up every single item. I think this might have been a pisser of mine a long time ago, but it came back. And it pisses me off when people take forever. I'm talking like minutes to decide what cheese they want, pre-cut cheese in the cheese aisle, and I can't
Eesh.
get around them. I can't move, and they're sitting there. I know I want the American slices. Just give me the American slices. They're sitting there like picking everything up, putting it back, reading the label, putting it back. It's like if you don't know what kind of cheese you like what's wrong with you? Do you know what kind of
Yeah.
cheese you like? What's the like when you're
Yeah,
shopping?
don't
What's the
step up to the
cheese?
plate if you're not ready to hit. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want you up there. I mean, that happened to me actually the other day when I went to Whole Foods. There was like a lady like trying to tell the guy how to wrap up her ground beef, and I was like, "Geez, lady, just let him wrap it up however he wants." Like, she was like, "The other guy that's here usually does it." I couldn't hear because I was like 6 feet back and she had a mask, but just looked like she was just making this guy's life not as pleasant and easy. That definitely does aggravate the piss at you. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that
dude.
much.
Piss or get off the pot. Fucking get your
Yeah.
groceries. In today's day and time, nobody has time to sit there in a grocery store for an hour. Please hurry up. PSA pisser. Let's get into our movies, TV, dude. I got a lot of good shit for us this week,
Yeah,
man.
hit me. I need some. I need some mental distractions. I'm still kind of mad about the laptop. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
dude. Don't beat
Mad at
yourself up, man.
myself.
Don't be
Yeah,
bad. Don't
true.
beat yourself
Thank you.
up, dude. You gotta
What we
you gotta
got though? What were
learn.
you watching?
You
Yeah,
gotta
sorry.
learn from these lessons and continue to forge forward. So the TV that I have for us this week, one of a really good movie that surprised me is on HBO, Ford versus Ferrari, Matt Damon, Christian Bale. Have you seen it?
Yeah, liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. It was based loosely, I think, based on a true story. I don't know how true it was. It's based on a true story. But yeah, dude, The only thing, and I guess if it's okay, spoiler alert, uh, dude, I was pissed that the driver did the tie thing. Like you don't, he knew they should have known they were gonna fuck him over with that, and should have just his whole life he's just sticking it to people until the time he really wanted the thing to win the whatever race it was to win all three or four of them. And he let everyone get first place, and they gave the first place to some random guy, not him, who deserved it. But that was my only gripe. So
I thought the
felt bad
movie,
for him.
yeah, it was really well done. Matt Damon, Christian Bale did
Yeah.
great job. I did not think I would be interested in racing. So I've seen the movie out there. I just was like, I don't really watch it. And so I was like, you know what, I'll watch it. And watched it. Great movie. It really, really did an awesome job of telling the story of this guy who's essentially the whole movie's about. But Matt Damon crushed it out of the park. Love Matt
Yeah.
Damon. Boston
It
guy.
was a
Love
cool
him.
Shelby
Love him.
Carl. What was his name? It was like Carly or Carl? Some Shelby.
Something
Um,
Shelby though.
it
It's
was like it was a cool like girl name. I loved it. It's
yeah.
like I don't know why I'm saying that. It wasn't a girl name.
All right, well, I got another one for us. This one's Will Ferrell on, I believe it's Netflix.
Carol. It was Carol. Sorry, Carol
Carol
Shelby.
Shelby, yeah.
Yeah, love that name.
This Will Ferrell flick. Have you seen Eurovision yet?
So we tried watching it the other day. My wife just wasn't digging it. It was too out there for the Nordic scene where they're singing on the cliffs. Although cool and funny and like very weird and awkward. Um, was so I only seen 10 minutes of it, and it was. I mean, I was liking it. It got canceled though. Got canceled on the from the couch cancellation.
Wow, dude. I have to say, you definitely do not want to watch this movie if you're not a Will Ferrell person. It's his style of comedy. He does such an awesome job of playing an Icelandic accent the whole movie, and he goes full blown like character, and he mixes in his Will Ferrell stuff, but it's like a musical, dude. And they do a pretty good job of making it comedic yet this musical style movie. Eurovision, if you like Will Ferrell, you'll like the movie. If not, you're not gonna like it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. She didn't like Talladega Nights. This seemed like a pure like just mockery. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what they were trying to mock. Like, because he seemed like Rachel McAdams is in it. And that's why I got my wife to watch it. I was like, oh, The Notebook. Oh, and
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's she's really weird and awkward. So,
I thought
but
it
I
was a good
like that.
storyline.
I
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely funny.
yeah.
I know you got a lot on here. I haven't really watched much. I will tease. Obviously, I have sports around the background. Didn't know this was occurring until just right now, but they're doing like the decision. LeBron James, the decision backstory, 30 for 30 at 9 tonight. So I'll probably be checking that out.
Okay, nice, nice. I know we touched on this last week, but the James Franco movie,
Hmm.
Disaster Artist, I thought it was so good, dude. Love that movie. James Franco did an awesome job, and this one was based on another true story, and they
Yep.
actually did the exact scenes. They remade the exact scenes from the original movie that this was based on. So it was a movie within a movie, and really cool concept. And I thought it was awesome. Loved it. Definitely recommend watching Disaster Artist.
Yeah. Did you like the guy's little like voice, the way he talked?
Yeah, he was definitely
Yeah.
like Eastern European. He had this like thick accent, but he during the movie the whole thing was like he always said he was from New Orleans, and no one ever knew where he was actually from or how
Yeah.
old he was. So I thought that was
Or
interesting.
where he got his money from.
Right. Yeah, and this guy was
Like
just
he paid for
buku
everything. Yeah.
millionaire. Just
Yeah, and no, he every check cash, but no one knew how he got it. There was like
right.
multiple theories on it, but no one knew for sure.
Right.
Yeah, so it was cool. But I mean, I just liked how the guy, like a lot of people, like how I remember it. I haven't seen it for like a year or two, but it's like people kind of told this guy, like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that, or this is gonna flop, like, or just negative kind of towards him. Like he's weird. He's never gonna be. He's not Hollywood, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And he just like never cared, never once let that get in his head, like just did his own thing, how he wanted to do it, exactly how he wanted to do it, and had a great time. And it was just an interesting guy. What was his name? I forget his name's like
I
Johnny or
forget,
something.
dude. Yeah, I forget, but
Some
it
we
was so
got we
well
got we
done,
got to
dude.
come with some facts, better facts. But
We're giving you movies to watch here,
yeah,
folks.
yeah,
So I loved it. So it's a great movie. Just go watch it. Like, just go
yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
But I have one last one here, and we'll wrap up movies.
Come on.
Eric Andre special. I know we talked about this on Netflix. First of all, are you an Eric Andre fan? Second of all, have you seen this one?
I've seen Eric Andre. I like the show sometimes. I'm more in bits and pieces. I like Eric Andre. I'm not like, full long ass set on Eric Andre. I do know he's super funny. And the stuff I've seen from him has typically been funny. Hopefully his stand up is a little bit more mundane than some stuff, but I have a feeling it's not. So.
It is, dude. It's pure like shock and awe. The opening skit that he does is absolutely hilarious. It is pure Eric Andre. If you don't like his style of comedy, you're not gonna like it. It's definitely out there. It's a weird style of comedy, but I love it. It's shock and awe at its finest.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm definitely going to check it out. Like I said, secondhand watch, my new favorite thing to do.
Yep.
So I have some on in the background. Gonna start checking that
Good deal.
out. And that's like a good one because comedy is pretty easy to take in. So
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into our quarantine questions segment. My first question for you tonight, Frankie P, I guess today, is
yeah.
why do you hate Atlanta United?
Yeah. So I knew this was coming. So I didn't really prepare too many questions from my end as I was ready for this barrage. I don't know. I was thinking more about it because we definitely had some pre-show conversations all week. It's more like they're the newest kid on the block, the newest girl at the school, if you will. And she's come in and she's just become just the most popular girl. And for really no reason. Why other girls at the school, and the school is Georgia sports, have struggled and have paved and worked their way to garner and build this fan base. And Atlanta United has just come in and all of a sudden like exploded. Everyone loves Atlanta United. Everywhere I go, everyone loves Atlanta United. Everywhere I look, there's an Atlanta United flag flying high everywhere. I don't necessarily know that I hate them. Hate's a strong word. I definitely I don't like them. I just resent the fact that their fan base is so rampant and seems to be on pace with even like the Georgia Bulldogs fan base, which sounds just utterly ridiculous to say that I even compare the two. But like, I just don't like that. And then they're going to say, oh, we won a championship. And it's like, if you talk to most Atlanta United fans, like they don't know jack shit about the team. And it's kind of just a fake. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it's almost just like the new kid on the block. Everyone supports them. I just wish that there would be some other teams in Atlanta and Georgia would have the success and support that Atlanta United gets. I just don't see why they get it so much. That was a long rant there. It may have probably made no sense.
Wow.
Somewhere in there is why I hate him.
Okay, so he doesn't like the fan base because he feels like it is a fake passion behind the team, and he doesn't like winning championships. So I guess yes, if those are your reasons why you don't like Atlanta United, then yeah, that would make you an Atlanta sports fan if you don't like winning.
Yeah. I think it's more like they're not like a fake fan base. It's more just like, I don't know, how long have they even been around? 3 years? It's like people act like they're like some historic franchise that everyone needs to rally behind. And I think that the quality of championship should matter too. Like, I mean, I would take an Olympic gold medalist from Georgia over Atlanta United. I mean, I think that accomplishment is better than an MLS championship. I mean, the competition just isn't there for me to be like, oh yeah, woohoo, we won an MLS championship when we have some of the best players are guys well past their prime. Like, can you imagine a league where LeBron James goes to Australia and goes to the Sydney Sailors and starts the basketball team over there, and they're just the new basketball team to the Sydney Basketball League, and he's like 52 and scoring 20 points. Oh, and the Sydney Sailors win the national championship with LeBron James. He's 50. Just makes no sense to me.
Shots fired. I don't like it whatsoever. Okay, so we're talking about professional sports leagues in America. That's a big deal. MLS. whether you like it or not, whether we like the competition level or not, it is a professional sports league. It is like winning the Bundesliga or like the Coca-Cola League in the UK there. Like, yes, I still think it's a valuable championship for the city, more so
Yeah,
than
I mean,
the actual sport. Like on the grand scheme of things, it's a championship in a professional sports league. I think that's something the city should be proud of, and its fans should
yeah,
be proud of too.
and
So that's my 2 cents.
yeah, I guess I shouldn't be directing my hatred about people that are supporting the team. It's more of just like, why can that not happen? For why, when I go to an Atlanta United game, it's so sad. Is there more fans than for an Atlanta Falcons team that's been in the city forever? I mean, that will forever puzzle me for some reason. Um, and I mean, there's no right. I mean, it's okay that that's the case. And the championship is valid. I'm just trying to say, I guess my standards for a championship ticker day parade uh, is, yeah, I mean, Atlanta United is not worthy of that, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. We had a nice talk about Atlanta United because I
I
know we're
love World
having
Cup
some.
soccer. I love like professional soccer. It has nothing to do with soccer. Strictly Atlanta team coming in late to the game.
Yeah, and I know we were firing off some texts there in the group text this week, and they got into some heated arguments about this. So I really wanted to just drill down a little deeper. So my
Yeah.
next question for you here, though, tonight is today. I don't know why I keep saying tonight. If you were offered a free set of iron covers, would you use them?
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
Unless they were like in really cool like animal shapes or something. Like if it was like all I got an Eeyore head cover. If it could be just like the whole Winnie the Pooh gang, I mean, maybe I would consider it. But I'd probably still say no. I don't want to take head cover off my iron. First of all, um, kind of looks stupid. Second of all, so those two things make me out on iron covers. Just
Wow.
don't want to take an iron cover off my iron. Um, Not saying I'm good at golf. I just think iron covers are weird.
Okay, hot
What
take
about
again.
you? Would you
If
take
I
them?
got a free set of iron covers, I'd probably use them. Like I just know. I mean, my clubs are not fucking like brand new, so I don't care. But if I got a brand new set of clubs tomorrow, and I was like, it got offered with the set, like yeah, I'd use it. I'd use them. Like why not? Just
Yeah,
put a little cover over your irons to make sure they don't get clanked and chipped up. Like yeah, I'm
I
gonna
just feel
use them.
like that's like I don't know. It's like not. I don't know what a good analogy would be. I was like saying wearing your hat backwards while playing baseball, or it's just like a weird look. It's like not many people do that. So
Interesting. Well, this is going to
very
bring us into
interesting.
our next question, though. Who had the sweetest swing in the MLB from history to present? Sweetest swing, MLB.
Yeah, I mean, I think the easiest one is just to go with King Griffey Jr. just because that's like the everyone knows that one.
That was going to be
So
mine, dude.
yeah, I mean,
Stealing
definitely,
my
definitely that
swing.
documentary. That's what I watched. I watched his documentary. Uh, and the best stories from that documentary, if you don't, spoiler alert, it's probably the coolest part of the story, but is that when he was younger, he was like 13, or no, he was younger than that. He was 11, and his father was on the New York Yankees for 1 year, and King Griffey Sr. brought King Griffey Jr. Onto the field at Yankee Stadium to take ground balls. And he was just hitting him ground balls, and he was fielding them like backhand, perfect throw to first base as an 11-year-old on a major league field. And George Steinbrenner saw him doing that and called down to the clubhouse and said, "Get that kid off the field. I don't want the kid on the field." And then they called back up and they're like, "Oh, that's King Griffey Jr.'s, or that's King Griffey Jr. That's King Griffey Sr.'s son." And he's like, "I don't care. Get him off the field. He's not a part of the team." And King Griffey Sr. had to go get King Griffey Jr. and take him off the field. And there's like some first baseman for the Yankees who was white, was hitting ground balls to his 13-year-old, or pop flies rather, to the 13-year-old, and he was dropping every single one of them, hitting his glove and dropping. And Steinbrenner didn't care about that kid. He only cared about King Griffey Jr. And so King Griffey Jr.
Damn.
says in the documentary they would never, ever play for the New York Yankees after that, ever again. And that was the only
Wow.
lesson he learned from his dad in baseball, is never play for the New York Yankees. So
Wow.
I was like, damn. And
That's
that
crazy.
King Griffey Jr., I mean, went on to have a great fucking career. So, yeah, I thought he has a sweet swing. I'm trying to rack my brain. I kind of was a guy, the sweet swing to me was awkward. So, like, I kind of like Gary Sheffield. I guess that was more in the batting stance. Like, that was just
Barry
the one I always
Bonds.
try to mimic. Yeah, I mean, he did
Well,
the cock back too. He did like a side cock, not forward at the pitcher. It was more
Yo.
like left, right. I feel like, yeah. But dude, there was like one season he had like like 400 intentional walks and like 50 strikeouts. Some ridiculous stat like that. So those were guys I liked. I mean, I think Mike Trout probably has a sweet swing. You don't even think about that because he just hits bombs. But Ichiro, another good one.
Ichiro. What about Paul Molitor? Fucking
I forget him. I don't know.
Paul Konerko. Fucking Paul O'Neill. Okay. I'm
all
just
the
kidding.
Pauls.
I'm just naming all the Pauls. All right, dude. Well, that was good. That was because you stole my fucking answer.
Yeah, but I mean that's NBA.
Ken Griffey though, all-time best swing in baseball. I think
and that documentary, by the way, on MLB Network, so it might be hard to watch for some people, but very well done, dude.
Cool.
Really cool. He was going to probably break Roger Maris's home run record in either 94 or 95. He had 40 home runs in August, and then the strike happened. So he still would have had 2 more full months just to hit 20. And he already hit 40, like some. So that's just like you forget about the strike. Like they were really good that year, and he was having a great year.
Damn. So this last question I have for you for question is, what do you think of when you hear garden gnomes?
Yeah, I just think of like a Pikes commercial. Just think of those. I think they did a commercial at one point where the garden gnome spoke, but like the little guy with like the red pointy hat that just sits in the garden. I think it's like serves a purpose of some kind, like to scare off chipmunks potentially.
I don't know what those mythological creatures are for, but this was an interesting question because this is actually one of Trader Joe's interview questions for all of their candidates.
Oh, really?
This is a question they asked during an interview. Yeah.
Is there a particular answer they're like looking for?
No, like I from what I read into, they said they asked this question to better understand the person. So if they give you like some sort of like straight edge answer, then like that's kind of how this person works. Or if they give you more creative, like energetic answer with like all this like backstory, then it kind of shows you that this is a person that you would like to work with or not work with. I don't know. So
what was my answer? My answer is just like this person probably doesn't lock their car and probably gets their laptop stolen from them.
Yeah. What I read into it is that exact point is that this person loves staining fences and they love leaving their car unlocked with valuables inside.
Yeah, definitely. I'm fill it with gold bars.
Yeah, just fill the trunk. If the guy would just pop the trunk, he would have found all the gold bars, dude. I don't know what he was doing. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's show. If you haven't liked, subscribe, give us one of those, a big thumbs up. We got the YouTube channel pumping. And we got IG, Twitter at Yes Sir Gentlemen. Thanks for coming along for today's show. Peace out.